Login complete. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my AEW Forbidden Door 2024 pay-per-view review. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you, AEW continues to be the king of pay-per-view. If you've been watching my channel for any extended period of time, you will know that when it comes to AEW's weekly shows, Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, I have been one of their biggest critics, if not the biggest critic. I think the weekly shows are a far cry from what AEW, All Elite Wrestling, used to give us. At least back in 2021, maybe early 2022, when their storytelling was on point. Somewhere along the way, they lost their mojo. And weekly, the shows have been absolute trash. Garbage. Is the wrestling good? Sure. But when it comes to a weekly TV show that gets you invested in the characters and the stories, that keeps you coming back for more, AEW is at its worst nowadays. And I'm not going to take back anything that I've said in the past few months. Everything I've said, I still believe. And until I see otherwise, I still believe AEW has the weakest wrestling TV show today. But that doesn't mean when it's nut cutting time. That doesn't mean when it's time to pay that $50 that AEW still doesn't deliver when it comes to pay-per-views. Forbidden Door 2024 might have been the weakest when it comes to build, when it comes to hype. Some of these matches I couldn't give a rat's ass about going into it. Coming out of it, still don't give a rat's ass about them. But the matches I cared about, that I wanted to see, delivered and then some. The one match that I needed to deliver, oh my goodness, it gave me everything I could ever want. The main event, Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. The moment this match was announced, I think we all said, whoa, Tony. This is a main event for AEW All In. Why are you doing it this early? And after seeing it, yeah, more than ever, I ask, why did you do it this early? What can you possibly do to top this main event? This was spectacular. Swerve and Will Ospreay had, and I am not over-exaggerating, this is not hyperbole, I mean this. Right now, as of June 30th, 2024, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland hold the title for the greatest main event in AEW pay-per-view history. I have seen every single pay-per-view since they debuted, since AEW's inception in 2019. I have seen every pay-per-view main event. Other than Sting's retirement match this year. Maybe one other match that I might have to go back through the annals of history to see. But other than Sting's retirement match, yeah, this is number one. This is the best main event one-on-one singles match to close a pay-per-view under the AEW umbrella we've seen so far. And ladies and gentlemen, good luck topping it. I do not see anything I really don't see how you top this match. It's going to be pretty much impossible. This year, at least. Maybe you'll have to do Bryan Danielson and Will Ospreay again. I don't know. In terms of matches, period, yeah, I still think Danielson and Ospreay is number one. But we're talking purely pay-per-view main events under the AEW umbrella. I can't think of one. I'm still trying to think of one. I can't. You might have to help me. Yeah, this is it. This is the best one. And so I have to question, why in God's name did you not save this until All In? What could you possibly do? Possibly do right now that's going to be better than this? At the best show, at the greatest event all year for AEW. All In. Nothing. You got nothing else. So you might have blown your load, if I'm being honest with you. Kind of wish they would just do a rematch. They're not. I think it's safe to say that Hangman Page will be winning the Owen Hart Cup tournament, and the main event will be Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. It will probably be a very violent match. I don't see it topping Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. I don't. But you know what? Recency bias is a thing. We still got, a month and a half until All In? 6 to 8 weeks? Let's see what they can do. But yeah, I thought, for certain, this is probably going down in history as one of the best, if not the best main event. Like, I'm serious. The only two main events that I might be willing to say, okay, these were a tad bit better. Bryan Danielson versus MJF, the Iron Man match from 2023, Sting's retirement, and then this. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the best one so far. But this wasn't the only thing on the show that was great. I thought Stephanie Vaquer and Mercedes Mone tore it up inside the ring. Awesome match. Stephanie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I love Mercedes. But I thought Stephanie outshined Mercedes tonight. I think Mercedes got outdone by the newbie. I don't even think she's a newbie. She's new to me. But yeah, I thought for sure that Stephanie was just going to be someone to go in there and job to Mercedes, and we're not going to be thinking about her. I'm coming out of this going, if she becomes a free agent, Tony needs to sign her immediately. She is incredible. She turned the crowd on Mercedes. And if that didn't do it, the return of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, certainly did. We need to have a conversation about Mercedes as a babyface. Here's the conversation. It's not working. Turn her heel. I love her. Mercedes doesn't work as a babyface. Not right now in this climate. Turn her heel. Especially knowing, and she did say this, knowing that she has creative control over all her segments, over all her programs, her promos, her matches. Knowing that, there's no way the fans are going to love her. She is practically set up to be booed, to be hated. And you know what? I think they should run with that. Turn her heel. There's no shame in Mercedes being a heel. I think she's better as a heel any goddamn ways. Honestly, when thinking back to her WWE run, yeah. Her best matches, her best runs were her as a heel. Even on NXT. Sure, she's a good babyface, but she's better as a heel. And I hope when we get into this program with Britt Baker and Mercedes, holy shit. Britt Baker and Mercedes. It looks like that's going to be the all-in feud. If that's the all-in feud, you already know Britt's going to be a babyface. You gotta turn Mercedes heel. You got to. And you'll have, shoot, that might make your weekly television shows much better. Because you'll have two legit characters who people are invested in, you let them go out there and just rip each other to shreds on the microphone, it's going to be magic. It's going to be magic. I'm excited about that. I thought Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi was an awesome match. Nothing to complain about when it comes to Bryan Danielson advancing in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Although he came out and said he has no intention on ever being a world champion in AEW. Really wish he never said that. That's one of those things where I appreciate you not trying to keep the young guys down. But, Bryan, if you're going to be seen as someone that can put people over, that can establish new talent, you got to be a world champion. You got to hold that belt at least once or twice. Otherwise, you're just going to be a body on the roster, and that can't happen. I kind of wish Tony would just put the belt on him anyways. No, he's not going to do that. Yeah, and the rest of the matches were good. I figured Jack Perry was going to win that TNT title. The moment Adam Copeland dropped it, I said, well, it's going to Jack Perry, right? So now all members of the new Elite are champs. Okada is the Continental Champ, the Young Bucks are the Tag Team Champ, and now Jack Perry, the Scapegoat, is the TNT Champ. With Hangman Page coming back, and most likely joining the Elite too, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of All In, every member of the new Elite are champions. That just seems to be the direction. Unfortunately, that just seems to be the direction. And what do you do? What do? You just kind of go with it, right? You just got to go with it. This is the story they want to tell. I still don't understand what the purpose of the new Elite is, but we're stuck with them. We're stuck with them until Tony Khan gets bored of it, unfortunately. Quickly going through my notes. Other than the stuff I just talked about, I thought overall, the pay-per-view, in terms of the wrestling, was awesome. I thought it was better than the previous pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. I don't know if it was better than Dynasty. I might have to go back and see what I gave Dynasty. I think I gave Dynasty an A, right? So Dynasty might have gotten the edge. But in terms of an in-ring product, the show was awesome. The crowd, unfortunately, didn't make it seem like it was an awesome show. I thought Long Island, 10,000, might be a little bit more in there. I saw someone say it was 11,500. 10,000, 11,000 doesn't really matter. It sounded like it was 3,000. Not the best crowd. You finally have a loaded show with a big, sizable crowd, and the crowd's quiet. They're sitting on their hands. Now, to be fair, maybe this crowd was only looking forward to MJF's match and the main event, and so they were conserving their energy for that. And then Mercedes said, nah, I want some of that energy too. And so they were into that match. But for the most part, they were pretty quiet. Shockingly quiet for a lot of these matches. It is what it is. Hey, at least they were there for the main event. To me, them being there for the main event is all I care about. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get to the review. I do see people here donating. I see people in the live chat. We're going to do some shout outs. We're going to do the sponsorship. And then we're just going to talk about the matches. And when I'm done talking about the show, I'm going to get out of here and let you guys be. I appreciate you for choosing me for your AEW Forbidden Door review. I am here to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. I want your grades. I want your scores, 1 out of 10. Let me know how you feel about the show. And we'll get to it in just a second. But as always, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, you're at it. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on TikTok, give me a follow on Cameo, give us a follow on Discord. Get us to 200 followers on Discord right now using the link below, but most importantly, give me a follow on TikTok. For I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new line of t-shirts for you right now on Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? If you are, join the club and get you a I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. We have more merchandise calling your way. Keep this in mind, we are running out on blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America Remix t-shirts. If you haven't gotten your blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie t-shirt yet, ladies and gentlemen, you are running out of time to get them. They are still up, but they won't be up for long because we will be introducing even more new, brand spanking new merchandise coming your way very, very soon. Let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and get to today's sponsor, the people partnering with the video. SeatGeek, if you are someone looking to get maybe a discount on concert tickets, on wrestling event tickets. We have AEW All In coming up. We also have WWE, I believe, Money in the Bank coming up next Saturday. Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite. And you want just a little bit off on your ticket purchase. If you get the SeatGeek app and you purchase your tickets off of SeatGeek and use the promo code JustAlyx at checkout, I can get you $20 off your first purchase. If that's something you're into, then how's about we get a quick word from our sponsor, and then we will get to some shout out. Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you're a wrestling fan looking for access to great seats for any wrestling event near you, then you want to use this app. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek stands as the unrivaled #1 ticketing app in the market today. SeatGeek constantly delivers incredible deals on ticket prices. When you're exploring the app, keep an eye out for the special green dots that mark the best deals. What's even better is that every ticket you purchase is backed by SeatGeek's buyer guarantee, with the option to return your tickets and even swap them before the events. So here's an exclusive for you. If you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlyx, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Yes, $20 off any ticket that you purchase using the promo code JustAlyx. This is a sweet deal that you could use literally right now. So don't wait. Click the link, download the app, and join the SeatGeek family today. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely, lovely live stream. Please show your love to the moderators. Ultra, Shine Nice and Fires Heart, Elias, Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Khalil does everything, and of course Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Once again, join the Discord. You won't regret it. One of the moderators will be plugging the link to the Discord in just a second. Thank you all so much for being here. I think I saw a super chat from earlier. Let me go ahead and play that super chat. I think it's Samantha Poole, right? Miss Samantha Poole. I do appreciate that. Just leave me alone.
My rating for the PPV 7.5 maybe 8, was their live the match were solid, a few that I was either meh or okay about. So happy that Britt Baker D.M.D. is back. The boos for Mone were loud and clear, but that main event though, no words, clapping hands.
My goodness, what a main event that was. That was a spectacular main event. I do appreciate you coming in, donating, and giving us your thoughts. Yeah, I like I said, I do feel like the crowd was a bit dull for a good portion of the show. But when it came to that main event, even Mercedes Mone's match, they were there. It's just all about, really, how they be, unfortunately, how they be feeling about the matches. So if they're not invested, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? All right, let's go ahead and do the shout outs here. I thank the following people for being here live. I think we also have, I forgot to say one more moderator. I keep forgetting them. Please also show love to Highway Dylan Danger. Dylan Danger is a very loyal moderator, and I appreciate him for being here. Higurashi, YouTube member Higurashi in the building. I see some YouTube members also in here. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? JJ Bulldog. It's Steve Callen. What's up, Mr. Steve Callen? Daniel Barris Sports Highlights. Joseph Winters. Joe Shipley. I think I also see Passing the Time. That's a new one. Prince Rockstar. Royal World. Thank you so much for being here. Paid Enthusiast. P-Funk. You dropped the funk on me, baby. You dropped P-Funk on me. He says that Forbidden Door main event was one of the greatest matches of all time. Wow. In wrestling history? It's up there. Mr. All Days Off also in the building. Sunset. Try that again. Sunset Jaden. Good to have you here. Ultra X. New subscriber. Ultra X. I just subscribed 2 days ago, and I must say you have a very nice name and a very nice voice. Why, thank you, sir. I try. Striker Multimedia Inc. That's a great name. Fried Melon, Shadow Star, Adam Ritter. Good to have you here. King Gamer Worldwide, and Robert Jr. 2005. All right. If I don't say your name, it's because I hate you. I want to thank you all for being here. We're going to move things along nice and swimmingly. I thought the show had a lot to discuss, so I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long on my review. But again, get your donations in, get your grades in. What do you grade the show? Again, I do appreciate your feedback, but I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Forbidden Door was live in the UBS Arena, Long Island, New York. 10,000 strong was live at the building in attendance. Some people were saying it was 11,000, maybe 11,500. Somewhere between 10 to 12,000 people were in attendance. Huge crowd. Not usually the sizable crowd that AEW brings in. So when they get it, you appreciate it a little bit more. I think the biggest crowd so far is still Revolution for Sting's retirement. That was around 16,000, 17,000 fans. But even then, whether it's 9,000, 12,000, 5,000, 20,000. If the energy is low, if you ain't here to get invested, it don't matter. A weak 12,000 crowd is not as good as a lively 5,000 crowd. I would have preferred they get a smaller building with 5,000 amped up, super invested fans. Then get what we had tonight. I was not a fan of this crowd. Sure, they were there, but they didn't care about half the matches. To be fair, neither did I. But I'm not there live. You are. The crowd is a part of the show. And if they're not doing their job to get people invested, if they're not doing their job to, get these people on their feet, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get people who come in and just sit on their hands. And that should never be the case. It should never be the case, period. End of story. But here we are. We are now at the point where even when they get a big sizable crowd, AEW unfortunately doesn't have the people or the structure to get them invested. It is what it is. As time goes by and we get more into All In season and they start building to All In, hopefully they get back to their storytelling roots and making these matches matter. Otherwise, yeah, you'll bring in the numbers, but they're not going to be invested. And you don't want that. I didn't see the pre-show. I did see results. I did see Mariah May beat Saraya, and she has advanced in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. I saw a little bit of Místico and Lucha Bros versus Los Ingobernables de Japón. It was fun. Super fun. But listen, the pre-show I don't watch. I'm sorry, if I had watched the pre-show along with the actual pay-per-view, I would have been worn out. So I decided that it was best for me to just watch what I know. And that's the main card. So, we kicked things off the right way. The only way. With a Sami Zayn Chad Gable match. Nah, that's not right. That ain't right, Alyx. What you doing, Alyx? Yeah, apparently Chad Gable and Sami Zayn came over to have a match on the show. Let me get the actual graphic here. I have it stashed here. I just forgot to upload it. It's been that kind of a week, y'all. I'm so sorry. That's hilarious. Chad Gable and Sami Zayn had a classic match on AEW television. We're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. All right, in all seriousness, MJF and Hechicero opened the show. MJF is the hometown boy. Long Island. It was good. I'm not going to lie. Even on paper, I wasn't that invested. I just thought it was a match that felt like a Dynamite or a Collision bout. It was like, well, we gotta have MJF from the show. Here's what I thought happened. I thought initially the match they wanted to do was going to be Rush versus MJF. If they had done that Dynamite match they had here on the pay-per-view, not only would that have been the best opener to have done, it would have elevated the show to a higher grade. Real talk. In all seriousness, I kind of wish Rush and MJF happened on this show. But I know that there's some issues with CMLL and people like Rush, so he can't be on the show. They just threw Hechicero at MJF. Match was fine. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. It was a typical in-ring contest that you're not going to remember in the next 24 hours. But in terms of in-ring action, in terms of crowd investment, it was good. It was good. MJF beats him. No harm, no foul. Nothing was advanced. Nothing more than that. The crowd was into MJF, though. So there's that. Let me be sure all the other graphics are ready. Let me quickly go through the graphics really quickly because I'm pretty sure we should be good. Yeah, I think everything else is fine. I don't like it when I think I have everything set and then you realize, nope. Okay, yes, I have the rest of the graphics, so that won't happen again. That was a one-time botch. I apologize for that, but yes. MJF beats Hechicero in the opening contest. The next match, Scissor Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and everyone loves the Acclaim, taking on the new Elite, Kazuchika Okada, and the Young Bucks. Match was good. I had a feeling this was going to be a short match. Hiroshi Tanahashi is not a spring chicken no more. He can't work the kind of style that he's used to working. I feel kind of bad that now that New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi has become popular enough to cross over and get international recognition, his body's breaking down on him. How old is he? Is he like 48? It's close to 50. It sucks too. Because here's the thing. I remember watching Hiroshi Tanahashi 10 years ago. And I remember how amazing he moved. Him and Okada were having classic bouts back in the day. And it sucks that now he's getting the recognition that I believe he deserves. Now he can't work that style no more. But at least he's on TV. At least he's getting the love that he's earned. The New Elite win. Gotta keep the heat on the heels. Not against that whatsoever. They pinned Hiroshi Tanahashi after Okada hit the Rainmaker. And then that's it. I'm assuming we'll see more of the Young Bucks and the Acclaim because they're going to be involved in that Blood and Guts match with Swerve. I think the fifth man for the Elite will be Hangman Page. Don't know who the fifth man will be for... Yeah, I don't know who will be for the Swerve team. Swerve and his cohorts. We'll figure that one out later. But good match. Good match. Bryan Danielson taking on Shingo Takagi. The moment this match was announced, I was instantly invested. Anytime you can get Bryan Danielson to work that New Japan Pro Wrestling strong style, you're always going to get a banger. So, put him in there with Shingo Takagi, you're going to get the best out of him. And yeah, you got the best out of him. This match was awesome. Match was great, through and through. Shikagi. Apparently, I just fused Shingo and Takagi. Shikagi. Shingo is a great worker in terms of getting the crowd invested, working the audience, making them hate him and boo Bryan. He's able to work different styles. He was working a more Americanized style here in the match with Bryan Danielson. But still getting a little bit of that New Japan Pro Wrestling style in there too. It was a little bit of both worlds. But I did appreciate him getting the crowd to hate him, mocking the yes chants. Little stuff like that you gotta appreciate. He's a veteran of the sport. But yeah, Bryan Danielson ended up beating him. He ended up making him tap out to basically the disarmer, Becky Lynch's move. I forgot what it was called. Arm breaker, submission, whatever. But yeah, Bryan just made him tap. It was a great finish. Now Bryan Danielson will move on to fight Pac on Wednesday. I am assuming Bryan Danielson will win and go to the finals. And will eventually lose to Hangman Page. But man, I do wonder, what's the plan for Bryan Danielson when we get to All In? Are we going to get Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson? I think that would be a hell of a match to do, honestly. I would do it. I don't know about y'all. If Nigel is healthy, of course. If he can go, hell yeah. Why not? But yeah, I thought this match was a awesome bout. And it's one of those things where knowing that Bryan Danielson is retiring soon, at least full-time, he'll be able to wrestle part-time, you appreciate all of his matches a little bit more each time. So let's hope that in the upcoming few months, he continues to have banger after banger after banger. Next match. Timeless Toni Storm, your AEW Women's Champion, took on Mina Shirakawa. And in the center of it is everyone's favorite Mariah May. The storyline is essentially a love triangle. They're fighting over not just the title, but Mariah May's love. Did Mariah May play any kind of role in this match? Nope. She did nothing. She just sat back and went, oh my God. That's basically it. Toni Storm and Mia just had a match. Match was great. I thought they tore it up for the most part. I thought women's wrestling in particular was top notch tonight. I thought both women's title matches delivered. But this one in particular was great. Mina is a star. Now that the storyline's over with and I don't have to deal with the bullshit weekly television, I can honestly look at you and go, Mina Shirakawa is a star. If she stays, she'll be an instant hit. Everyone loves Riho. I think Mina could be even bigger than Riho. And I'm not just saying that because she fine as hell. I'm saying that because she has a great personality. And she beams. It just pops off the television. And so hopefully she gets more TV time. I have a feeling she's not. I think she's going back to Stardom, which sucks. But if they ever could sign her, please do. She is amazing. I love me some Mina Shirakawa. But Toni Storm whipped that ass. Not that way, but she did whip that ass. Came down to her hitting that Storm Zero, pins her 1, 2, 3. And then afterwards, we all got what we really wanted. Mariah gets inside the ring, makes Toni and Mina shake hands, and they do so. Then she makes them hug, and they do so. And then, you see Toni Storm and Mina. Oh yeah, they coming together, and they making sweet. You get what I mean? They make out, 3-way make out. That's what people wanted to see. Everyone was like, "We're waiting for that payoff. We're waiting for that blow off." And yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of men have their blow-offs tonight. Pause. I'm so sorry, Samantha Poole. This is what you get for watching my channel. You came over from A&B Convos. This isn't a family show. It was fun. I didn't have an issue with the match. I had a feeling the match was going to be great, or good at least. It's just the story. Again, I think AEW's biggest problem isn't the fact that they don't have stories. Because I do think they have stories. The problem is they do such a horrible job at storytelling, it's hard to pick out what the stories are. That's the issue. But the good news is we can move on, and Toni, Mina, and Mariah can go do some very private, very, dare I say, actually, let me stop while I'm behind, because I don't want to let's not get this stream age restricted. How about that? But I think you got the point. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. Look, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Match was great. That ending was nuts. Zack Sabre Jr. bent Orange Cassidy in a pretzel. I don't even know what you call that submission. The Umaplata or some, whatever the hell. Umaplata. Hakuna Matata. I don't know. He bent him like a pretzel. It was all discombobulated. His ass is where his head was. His head was where his ass was. His elbow was where his knee was. And you're like, what happened to him? He looked like one of them Ken dolls when you ball him up. That was Orange Cassidy. Match was great, though. Crowd was into it. Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He had to win. This match, though, again, it was one of those matches they announced, and I went, okay, I don't care. But the match was good. I guess that matters in a vacuum, but overall, you're like, all right. Orange Cassidy has been losing a lot lately. Where is this going? Maybe y'all can tell me, because I don't know. It's going somewhere. I think next is that trios match, right? Yep. Trios match. Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyoshi Shibata taking on the Learning Tree. From PBS, Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb. Another match I just went, okay. To be fair, loved Samoa Joe and Jeff Cobb getting inside the ring. Kinda wish that was the match we got. But yeah, they basically carried the match, Swerve and Jeff. And then ultimately, Hook ends up pinning Chris Jericho with not the Taz mission, but with Chris Jericho's finisher. Yeah, he used Chris Jericho's finisher against him and pinned him. 1, 2, 3. So I guess we're getting Hook and Chris Jericho again soon, right? Hopefully. Look, no offense. I know Chris Jericho is really trying with this Learning Tree gimmick. It ain't working for me. It's just not working. I feel like he was on to something, But then midway, he just said, fuck it. This is just what it is. All right, if that's what it is, then I'm good. I don't want to see anymore. I really don't want to see anymore. I'm good. But yeah, Team Joe, or Team Hook, won their match. Then we get to what I thought was the best part of the show. This last 3 matches was an awesome stretch of just awesomeness. This ladder match, this TNT Championship ladder match was damn near perfect. It was on the verge of being a classic, and then a couple of botches happened, and it just took it down a bit. But the crowd, who was pretty much quiet for a good portion of the night, came alive for this match. Dante Martin, Mark Briscoe, Konosuke Takeshita, of course, Jack Perry, Leo Rush, and El Phantasmo. TNT Championship ladder match. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Look here. The matches that have all of the broken ladders, broken tables, flaming tables, spot fests. I know some people don't like them. I love them when they're used right. And you structure the show around them properly. As I said, this was damn near perfect. All the spots were hit. Freaking Jay Briscoe. Rest in peace. Mark Briscoe. I get them mixed up. I'm so sorry. Mark Briscoe did oh my God, it was a running senton bomb to the outside. And he did it off the chair while Konosuke was under a ladder on the outside. And he crushed him. Through a table under a ladder. Insane spot. I thought Mark Briscoe broke his legs when he jumped off a ladder to the outside, and he didn't miss, but he didn't all the way make his dive on top of Jack Perry. The table flipped over, he didn't go through it, and I thought he broke his legs too. But Leo Rush was phenomenal. Was basically used to pattern out the match and do crazy spots with. Dante Martin had a couple of awesome moments. El Phantasmo was awesome in there, doing great. The MVP of the match is Konosuke Takeshita. Konosuke Takeshita, to me, was the MVP of the match. This man was amazing. And I'm still very surprised, shocked beyond hell, that we are not pushing this man to the moon. Every time Konosuke is on my TV set, he steals the show. He steals the segment, the match, whatever he is in, he is amazing. But for some reason, Tony Khan does not see him as a favorite. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. Of all the people to not like, to not get behind, Takeshita? Really? Tony Khan doesn't like Konosuke Takeshita. Wow. All right. Well, he was the star of the show. At least the star of the match. But guess who won the match? Go ahead and guess. Yes, the goddamn scapegoat. Came out with a scapegoat mask. Bad. That's a sheep. I don't give a damn. What sound does the goat make? Close enough. Jack Perry wins the TNT Championship. Shocker, right? As I said, all members of the Elite have titles now, which makes me think that, well, I guess that means Hangman Page gets to win his title very soon too. I guess. That's what I'm gonna say. I guess. Match was awesome, fantastic even. The next match, the hits keep on coming, man. I love it. Stephanie Vaquer. Then, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Champion, taking on the TBS champ, Boston's own Mercedes Mone. I think I've only seen her wrestle one time. And that was, I think, last year before Mercedes got hurt. That match was good. So I know about her. I just didn't know enough about her to really get invested, right? So going into this match, I had no expectations. Stephanie Vaquer after this performance, has won me over 100%. Fantastic. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I love Mercedes. She blew Mercedes out of the water. She outperformed Mercedes in this match. The shit that Stephanie was doing had me jumping up out of my seat. She looked amazing. She won the crowd over. Because before the match started, crowd was chanting CEO, CEO, right? By the end of it, they were booing the fuck out of Mercedes. Look, Mercedes is not afraid to work as a heel. I think she wants to work as a heel. But they were booing her. They were chanting, fuck the Celtics. They were chanting, fuck the Red Sox. They were hating on Boston. They were reminded, oh wait, we hate Boston, so fuck you, Mercedes. But Mercedes played it beautifully. To me, the best part of the match was when Mercedes just became the heel. She just said, fuck it, all right, boo me, I'm the heel now. And Stephanie McCurb naturally turned into the babyface. To me, that just took the match to a whole new level. So Mercedes does win. Shocker, right? Mercedes is now two-time, two-belts Monet. And you're thinking, all right, well, that was a good match. I guess we can just move on to the main event. No. Because it gets better. As soon, ladies and gentlemen, as the match was over, before you can even take that breath, you hear, the doctor will see you now. Out walks Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Long Island lost their minds. Britt looked amazing. I was like, what's good, Britt Baker? Britt Baker walked out there looking like $1 million. I loved it. Popped the entire audience. Mercedes staying inside the ring with 2 belts. I'm going to say it again. I love Mercedes, but if this is the feud you're doing, she has to be. By she, I mean Mercedes. Mercedes Mone has to be the heel. You are not going to get fans to chant for Mercedes if Britt Baker is back. Britt Baker is the natural babyface in this feud. Even if you want to turn Britt heel, which should also be happening. Let's just call it like it is. Britt should also be a heel. In this feud, no. Britt's the natural babyface. Mercedes is the heel. If you do that, we'll have a legit feud. A legit, in my opinion, all-in feud. A potential main event even. You let those two go out there, tear each other on the microphone, tear each other apart on the microphone, get out of their way, don't script them. I promise you, Mercedes and Britt Baker will do great TV. I promise you. But God damn. Mercedes Mone, Britt Baker. I love it, man. I love it. I can't wait for it. Yeah, Stephanie McCurb should be signed immediately if they're able to. And I mean this. If they are able to sign her to a contract, don't hesitate. Sign her immediately. Immediately. As soon as possible. She needs to be signed now. Because she is amazing. I was blown away by how good she was. Seriously, I thought her performance was spectacular. But no matter what they did, there was no way they were going to top the real main event. What was poised to be the main event. What was advertised as the main event. We all knew it was going to be the best match on the show. And it delivered and then some. What should have been the all-in main event, we got it tonight. Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay for the AEW World Championship. Absolute classic. They had Jim Jones from Dipset. Jim Jones came out there. We fly high, no lie. You know this. Ballin'! Freaking ballin'. Came out there to introduce Swerve Strickland. Will Ospreay paid tribute to What was his name? Oh my god, very famous wrestler. Is it Kibuyashi? Kibuyashi, did I say it right? Kibuyashi? Because I know who it was. The name just escapes me. Regardless, both entrances were great. And yeah, before the match even began, Will Ospreay and Swerve stood inside the ring. The crowd stood up. A crowd that was quiet all night suddenly came alive when that bell rung. AEW, AEW, AEW. This is awesome. Before the match even begun. Because they already knew they were about to see a classic. And then the match happened. I've never seen a match flow so smoothly. Not one botch. Not one botch. Some might consider that table spot a botch. I don't. Quite frankly, Swerve Strickland hitting a swerve stomp on Will Ospreay on the table hurts a lot more than through the table. If they had gone through the table, it just would have just been a spot. But him doing that double stomp on the table made it feel real. So I personally like it better that way. That's just me personally. That fucked up Will Ospreay. He didn't have much of a pep in his step after that though. Ospreay, I'll say it till the cows come home. When it comes to big time main events, when it comes to delivering on a pay-per-view level, he don't miss. So far, my top 3 matches of the year involve him with Konosuke Takeshita, him and Bryan Danielson, and now him and Swerve Strickland. He don't miss. He don't miss when it comes to pay-per-views. And apparently, next up is him and MJF. I don't expect that one to miss either. This was a fantastic showcase of his ability. I love that we still had Don Callis out there tempting him to cheat, gave him the screwdriver, and Will Ospreay decided not to do it. He teased doing the Tiger Driver. Couldn't go through with it. He almost did it, but then Swerve countered it. And the near falls at the end. The near falls got me, man. When Swerve hit that Swerve stop, followed by that kick. Kick is escaping me. The house call. And when Will Ospreay kicked out of that, lost my mind. Absolutely insane. Finish there. And then, of course, he hits the big pressure after all that. And I love that when Will Ospreay finally did connect with the hidden blade, he did it after Swerve Strickland broke his arm. Remember when Swerve breaks people's arms when he holds it back and then steps on it? When Will Ospreay tried to hit it, it didn't work. It had no effect because Swerve broke his arm. And I love... See, that's the shit I love. Everything that you do has a consequence throughout the match. You break Will Ospreay's arm, he tries to hit you with his finisher, it doesn't work, you take away his best weapon. And so, it was game over after that. Swerve hits his finisher, pins a 1, 2, 3, the crowd stood up. Standing ovation. To this day, again, well, now it's July 1st, but as of June 30th, July 1st, this is the best AEW pay-per-view main event that I can think of. Yes, the only 2 main events that come close to it is Bryan Danielson and MJF, and of course, Sting's retirement. I don't know. I feel like when it's all said and done, this will probably go down as the best main event. Apparently, I forgot about a match. Did I forget about a match? Let me see here. Oh, I sure did. Jon Moxley and Tetsuya Naito. Yeah, so I kind of skipped over this match because I'm not gonna lie. Match was just kind of there, if I'm being honest with you. But let me go ahead and pull this up. Here we go. Yeah, kind of almost forgot about this match. This one kind of got skipped over. I apologize about it. The match was good. I'll even say it was great. But quite frankly, I don't know, it was missing something. Did anyone else just kind of feel like it was missing something? Blood? No. It was nice seeing Tetsuya Naito in there working. There was something off about this match, though. It didn't quite pop with me. It didn't. But Tetsuya Naito did go in there. He did beat Jon Moxley. He is now a 5-time New Japan Pro Wrestling World Champion. But yeah, like, honestly, I care more about this match than anything else. But yeah, thank you for reminding me that I skipped Moxley and Naito. I completely forgot about that match. Honestly. All right, y'all. There you go. I thought overall, the wrestling was awesome. The wrestling was top notch. In terms of the crowd, we could have had a better crowd, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought, once again, AEW delivered where it delivers on pay-per-view. Anytime you spend that $50, best believe that you are going to get one of the best shows. Tonight was no different. But give me your thoughts. That's just my review. What's your grade? What's your score for the show? Live chat, you have the floor. Let me know what you're looking forward to. Let me know what you thought about the show. I am thoroughly excited about what's to come for AEW. We're going to go to the live chat here. See what you guys were talking about. See a lot of people excited about the return of DMD, Britt Baker. Yeah, she did return tonight. I thought her return was one of the best parts of the entire show. Huge pop for Britt Baker. Yes, huge pop. Samantha Poole gave it a 7.5. Okay. That's good. A little good, actually. It's not a bad score. Pay Enthusiast says, great pay-per-view tonight. For me, that would be a B+. P-Funk gave it a B+, I suppose. Sunset Jayton. What a main event. I'm in shock. Oh, hell yeah. That main event was... Man, you don't get them like that anymore. AEW never fails in pay-per-views. They just need to make their weekly shows better. If they can get their weekly shows up to par, they will be kicking WWE. I won't say they will be kicking their ass, but they'll be neck and neck with them. For sure. Lots of love for Stephanie Vaquer. Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer was the shit, man. She won me over very quickly. Relaxing Ghost, B+. JJ Bulldog, B+. King Gamer Worldwide, B+. Lots of B+. Lots of B+. JJ says, Leo Rush and Konosuke Takeshita were the highlights of the ladder match. 1000%. Cleo does everything. 7.5 says the first half was boring outside of Bryan versus Shingo, Takagi, and Mina and Tony, but the second half, right after Jericho's match, brought me back up. Fair enough. 7.5 is good. 8 out of 10, Joe Arredondo. Did you see Nigel McGuinness crying after Tony, Mina, and Mariah May's match? Yes, Blake. I did see him crying. Sure. When do I see Jamie Hayter returning? Well, it can't be that far off, right? I'm thinking she could be returning very, very soon. I don't see it happening before All In, unfortunately. So, we'll probably be doing... It's looking like we'll be doing Mariah May and Toni Storm. So, we'll see where that one goes. Cleo does everything. I honestly thought Shane McMahon is coming to AEW. I was hoping to see the chaos. Nah, he might still come. We still got plenty of time. Don't lose hope yet. JJ Bulldog says, Tony Khan needs to get out of the sandbox and get Dynamite ratings back on track. Yes. Get his ass out of the sandbox, please. A story with Orange Cassidy losing to get to the learning tree. I hope not. Don't do that to me. Robert Jr., what in the world is the learning tree? I have no fucking clue. You figure that one out for me. JJ says Bryan's last match could actually end up being in the tournament. Nah, I can see it being at All In, and it will probably be against Nigel McGuinness. Do you think we will ever get Seth Rollins versus Will Ospreay? Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll definitely see it. I do see Will Ospreay finishing his career in WWE. Definitely, that's a definite yes. Can't say no to that. Apparently, Ricochet is no longer on WWE's main roster. He's on the alumni section. So it seems like his contract expired. So he could be coming to AEW soon. You do Ricochet and Will Ospreay. Man, do that at Grand Slam. That's a Grand Slam match. Put that in the main event. Yeah, man. Let me get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this live review of AEW Forbidden Door. I enjoyed myself. I thought they delivered in terms of match quality. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't expect any main event from AEW to top what we got tonight. At least not for the rest of the year. Swerve, Will should have been the main event for All In. Whatever they do is not going to compare to it, but hopefully it's worth a damn. But give me your thoughts down below. Look forward to reading your thoughts and reading your comments. Thank you all so much for watching me. As you follow out, do other YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. This Saturday, Money in the Bank. Don't miss tomorrow's live review on Raw. Don't miss SmackDown's live review on Friday. I might have to, again, I might have to get back to you, give you a rain check on that SmackDown review. If it does happen, it might be a little late. But the plan is to do one on Friday before Money in the Bank. And then, of course, Dynamite review on Wednesday. That one might be an upload. That one might be live. We'll figure that one out, too. And then whatever else comes up, you'll be right here to see it, because I trust you guys will be tuning in for more content right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Thank you all so much for watching me, and I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out of here. Deuces. Take care of yourself.
When you're